Good morning, Periscope. This is State Parks interpreter Corey here at Cardiff State Beach. Got some adorable shorebirds to show you this morning. Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day here at Cardiff State Beach. We're going to show you some of our local residents. Good morning. Here at Cardiff State Beach, we have a couple of local inhabitants, adorable little pipers, if you will, that hang out here at the beach day in and day out. We've got quite an array of birds hanging out all together this morning. We have some sandpipers, some sanderlings, and most notably the western snowy plover, which is an endangered species. Just a couple hundred left in that population. And they're just getting ready for their day, just like many of you possibly have brushed your teeth this morning, I hope. They're preening, enjoying. The sun is just coming out here at Cardiff State Beach. Hey everyone, this is Corey. I'm an interpreter here in San Diego. It's a beautiful morning. It's going to be a beautiful day. If you have a chance to get out to the beach today, I highly suggest it. We had a really big high tide this morning, 6.5 feet, and this afternoon at about 2 o'clock, if you have the chance to go check out our beautiful tide pools right here at Cardiff State Beach. We have Tabletops Reef. We'll be exploring this afternoon. But this morning we have a special treat for you. We have some shorebirds that live, they eat, they breathe, they play here on the beach, like many of us would hope to do every single day. Hey Sun Gold Halo, please Periscope if you guys have any questions about our Sandy Beach community. Hey Italy, good morning. We're in California. It's about 10 o'clock and the sun is just coming out. We had a foggy morning, but the waves are beautiful and so are the shorebirds. So enough delay. Let's get you guys some shorebirds today. So we do have you mounted to the digiscope, which means that you're zoomed in onto a pair of Nixon binoculars. Hey from Southwest Florida. I did some time in Florida myself. There sure are some beautiful beaches down there. So we've got quite a few individuals here. There's one kind of towards the bottom of your screen, almost paused and looking at us. We have trash from locals here at California State Beaches. We actually record a lot of the trash that we pick up and try to determine whether it's from beachgoers or from our watershed, coming down from our watershed, or if it's marine debris like you're talking about. So we get lots and lots of things from leftover flip-flops to couches. I can't believe it. Grooming time, right? So everybody brushed their hair this morning. Got quite a few birds hanging out. We're gonna swing you over. Yeah, our litter getter program is amazing. Thanks CaStateParksSD. Parks. Picking up that trash in your spare time. Here at the beaches in San Diego, all of our junior rangers become litter getters as well, and they pick up trash every time they come to the beach. Yeah, with some of these birds you can see along the Pacific Northwest as well. A lot of these birds do move. They migrate. Get some more action here. Hey Pennsylvania. Got a lot of love for the East Coast here in California. I hear it's been really warm. Thanks for the retreat. Tala, no excuses. Glad to see you again. So a lot of these shorebirds are gonna feed in two different ways here on the beach. We have a digiscope, a Carson digiscope here connected to our binoculars. There he goes. The sandpiper looking through the kelp here, right on the edge of the shoreline. They're quite quick. He's just moving and grooving there. Let's go head back over to some of these large groups. As you can see, the waves are really rolling in this morning. Yeah, it's getting towards the end of the week. We're all starting to think about our weekend plans, especially if you are thinking about heading down to the beach this weekend. It's so important to be conscious of these shorebirds that live day in and day out on the sand. And you'll notice here we have a lot of brown stuff that's all kelp. We have anywhere from 6 to 8 different species of kelp that washes up on the beach here at Cardiff State Beach. Most of it is going to be giant kelp, surfgrass, and feather boa kelp, one of my favorites. Yeah, absolutely, we have whales migrating. We tried to catch a couple at Torrey Pines last week, so if you haven't checked out our Periscope archives, did a Periscope about whales last week at Torrey Pines State Natural Reserve. We'll try and get some whales on camera here, but they sure are camera shy. But we have tons and tons of gray whales coming through this time of year, and for the next 6 weeks or so, we'll be seeing quite a few of them. Yeah, so these birds are protected. We try and be really conscious about our activity on the beach. This beach especially, you can't have dogs on a leash here at Cardiff State Beach. And so really keeping those dogs close and not letting them chase the birds is really, really important. There are other things that you can do to help save these birds. One of the things is not digging really big holes. When we make sandcastles, we make sandcastle moats. Those really big holes, these tiny birds, which are about the size of your fist, maybe just a little bit bigger at full grown, they actually fall into our sandcastle holes and they can't get out. Some of these birds, they also use things like our lifeguard patrol truck tire treads to hide in, or even just divots from our footprints to sort of shelter in. You can see there's a bird right in the middle of our screen, really just tucked down in the sand. They almost disappear because their back is sandy colored. They just blend in so well. So it's really important not to dig gigantic holes, especially in the spring. Come May, we will have juveniles on the beach. They're just tiny little golf balls with humongous legs, and they can get stuck in holes really easily. The other thing that we ask our beachgoers to really remember is that these birds are constantly fighting for their lives. So anything that smells or looks or acts like a predator, and we try and keep those things off the beach. And one of those things, unfortunately, is kites. Windsurfer kites, or just your run-of-the-mill 99-cent kite that a kid would play with. They really look like predators to these small little birds, and so we try and keep those off the beach, especially when our birds are mating and when we have baby western snowy plovers in the spring. Usually the babies are born right around Memorial Day weekend when we have so many beachgoers here on the beach. And so if you see any exclosure signs, I do say exclosure because we're keeping people out. We're not necessarily enclosing the birds because we can't tell them what to do. They do whatever they want. And they breed once a year. Most of the males will start showcasing their talents in early May, and the females will pick a male. Early May, they'll mate. They'll have 3 eggs. Typically, 3 eggs is a clutch or a full set. And then the female might go find another male, and dad is left with the chicks to take care of them. Yeah, so we have a leash law here in Cardiff State Beach. You can bring your dog on the beach, but they have to remain on the leash. That rule applies 24/7, 365. Yeah, bald eagles are super rare here at Cardiff State Beach. What we do get is the fish hawk, the osprey, a couple of pairs of osprey that frequent the beach here. I love shorebirds too. Looks like that one's just taking a look right at us. So again, we are using some binoculars, so I would say that the closest birds to us are about 50 feet. Some of these further birds away are 100 or 125 feet away from us. And we do have a special, I'm going to bring you guys over here just for a minute. Got some California brown pelicans. These guys are sure are a treat. Man, those guys sure are fantastic. California brown pelicans. Kind of like the squadron here protecting our beaches. Yeah, that's absolutely right. We have some predatory birds that do feed on shorebirds. But mostly here we have small... Do pelicans nest on shore? That's a great question. Pelicans do nest on shore. We don't have very many safe havens for them here in North County, but there are a couple of locations in La Jolla and Torrey Pines that you can see those pelicans nesting. Pretty amazing. That was a great treat to see them fly by. Pelicans usually stay together, and you can notice the adults and the juveniles. The juveniles have brown bellies. The adults, their hair turns white, just like ours. Oh. There we go. So our shorebirds were just flushed from our location for no apparent reason. That's pretty common. Let's see if we can't get a read on them again. The shorebird lifespan is greatly affected by our involvement in their lives. And so ideally, a dozen years, but more likely just a few, unfortunately. So our shorebirds here at Cardiff State Beach, they were flushed from where they were hanging out for no apparent reason. Sometimes we have people walk by, sometimes we have cyclists on the coast highway, or an especially loud truck. The rumblings kind of make them move from whatever spot they felt comfortable, and that's not uncommon. These birds will stick together and they will enjoy their afternoon on the beach. So I hope that you guys had a good chance to look at these birds getting ready for their day. Happy Thursday, Periscope, and I hope that you join us. We are going to check out the low tide this afternoon at Cardiff State Beach, or at your local state beach. I bet you have some really fantastic naturalists and interpreters that would love to take you out and show you some of these amazing animals, as unique as the western snowy plover and as common as the sanderling. So have a great morning, Periscope, and I hope you guys join us on California State Parks San Diego. That's California State Parks SD for more broadcasts, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, Periscope.